Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. And in today's episode, I want to share with you the 4 most popular option trading strategies in the weeklies. So if you're trading weeklies, we're going to talk a little bit about the 4 most popular weekly strategies. A lot of these things I see is just what do people like to trade from my own coaching students and people that are actually doing trades. So I work a lot with one-on-one with people. And a lot of the courses that I make is specifically for them and examples for people that I can show, hey, well, this is how these trades work and work out. And that's what we have here is coming up this month, August 28th, we're launching an options weeklies course. You could get it with a discount if you want to go ahead and grab the course. That course is got a ton of material. It's packed. So if you click the link, you'll open up right here. So $100 off. And that'll give you 55 videos minimum and 20 hours of weekly trainings with a ton of examples. So you don't need a coupon. You just go through it, go to the checkout, and it'll give you a discount there. And as for the strategies, there's a ton of them out there. So in this course, we give you a good foundation first, but then we also do a lot of trade examples. And this is what I usually give as for those mentoring students and people I work with in the coaching side. Say, hey, watch this trade, watch this example. Hey, you're going to learn this from this example. So here's some vertical trades. Here's iron condors, butterflies, calendars, diagonals, and short duration. But which ones are the most popular? What are the more popular ones? Well, if you take a look, here's kind of probably the 4 more popular ones. I'd say most people trade verticals as a good starting point. It's a good stem, basics and foundation. That starts you off. And then when you do an iron condor, well, you got 2 verticals on each side. So that's probably the second most popular one. Now, the other thing, I've seen calendars and butterflies, but I'd say these are a little bit less popular only because of their complexity. The calendar has split months, so you might sell, let's say, a 20-day and buy something further out like a 27-day. Butterfly, again, it's a little more complicated. People are unfamiliar with it because they feel it's a little tight because it's really an iron condor that's a little tighter, but it's something like this. So I'll show you what these kind of look like on the actual trading screen here. And just to give you some examples, these are kind of the types of examples that I film and start out with. So let's start out with Apple. Here is a vertical example where if the stock stands still, what happens is when this stands still, what you do is you make this theta or money. So you're saying, hey, I'm willing to take that stock at about, in this case, $162. So I've sold some contracts, but really I'm kind of dealing with 24 shares right here, which is the delta, just on these contracts. But with time, if this doesn't go under that price level, I make $188 and my max loss is 812. So you can see in this lower left area, it's right there. So 1,812 is the max risk. 188 is the max profit. And right now we're up about $20, not a big thing. And then we've got the other contracts. So in total, this position's up, $26. Now there's other ways to trade verticals. Here's DKNG. This is a bearish position, but that's a different kind of concept. It's not usually a weekly type trade or strategy that's done, but just to show you, there are other ways to trade verticals. The other one we've got is iron condors, and iron condors right here, looking at PayPal, Square, or Meta. So let's check out PayPal. So here I've got an iron condor on PayPal. Here it is. Kind of looks something like this. This one is slightly bullish right here. It's a little lopsided. So I got a little more weight over here. So one is 3-point wide, the other is 2-point wide. So we've got a positive delta. But this one, it makes money from when that stock price is kind of in between these ranges. And again, you're making this theta about $45 a day. So with time, this continues to kind of decay, and then you take the position off. Okay. Another big trade is the butterflies. So if you look at butterflies, let me see my butterflies section, Netflix over here. Okay. So if we look at Netflix, this is more of a compressed iron condor. This has one of the fastest theta because you're selling 2 right at near or at the money. I did this one just slightly bullish, but again, the theta is fairly strong. I got a little bit of a positive delta, but this construction, again, you're just trying to make money from the decay and then you get out of it. And the final one we've got is the calendar. And I think I got a calendar on Meta. Let me check that out. There it is. So here's a calendar setup. And what I'm doing is I'm selling some. So I'm selling September 30th, buying the October 21st. and that gives me about a $28 theta decay there. So every day I make about 28 bucks. And, as it wiggles here, it kind of plays around with the volatility. But yeah, so, these are kind of the strategies that you could look to employ as you're doing weeklies. And you'd mix them all up. You throw a couple calendars in there, a couple iron condors, a couple of butterflies, and now you've got yourself a bunch of positions over here as you're doing weeklies. Now, are all of these weeklies? No, I typically do a little bit longer duration, especially in my examples, just because for a lot of people, it's a little more difficult to trade weeklies. That's number one. Number two, I like to keep positions open in my trading platform, so that way I have them as examples for people as they, coach and work with me together. So this way I have some examples here that are just kind of holding steady and I'm able to discuss them. I often record a lot of things in kind of this other account a little bit, so we'll throw an example on there. So here's kind of like a PayPal. This is actually more of a weekly PayPal strategy right now. And you can see this trade, if we look at, the trade tab, it's only got 8 days to go. So this was a weekly trade that was put on a few days back. And see, this one's doing pretty well. Not all of them do that well. Some of them are actually really bad and huge losers, but this one's panning out okay and not doing too bad. So anyway, what you slowly start doing is taking some profits off into strength and move it on after that. But yeah, so these are kind of the more popular strategies right there. If you wanted to see them again, you got verticals, iron condors, calendars, butterflies. You could do those kinds of things. And if you're interested in learning more about trading weeklies, then take a look at the class there and visit the website, tradersfly.com. You can go in and go to the courses page there. And then once you're there, you'll see kind of a little more details about that course. So there's tons of knowledge and information in there. That course has been in development for multiple months. And I've got trade examples from the beginning of the year pretty much. And it's a lot of content material. So even if you only trade verticals and iron condors, that course is still going to be good because you'll be able to then check out the butterflies or calendars later on as you continue to evolve and develop. I made it more in depth rather than, hey, well, I'm probably not going to use half of this information. It's not that. It's that I wanted to make sure you had even more knowledge and information. And even if you're learning about calendars, diagonals right now, and you're not trading them yet, it'll still maybe open your mind up to, oh, maybe I could use this for my iron condors, or maybe I'll use this management concept for my butterflies. So you'll still be able to kind of process and digest these knowledge tidbits to be able to really give you some more ideas and insights to trading. Anyway, I hope that helps. Thanks so much for joining me. If you do decide to grab the course, the link's going to be in the description right down below. And I hope to see you there. And maybe I'll be able to chat with you on a coaching or one-on-one session sometime in the future. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.